this is a hard question, partly because there's so much information that you have to digest, and that can just add to the stress of kind of managing all that. So we have these two dining locations. In the main dining room, you have 40 servings of eggplant. So again, you need some kind of a schematic to kind of represent this, and some shorthand notation as well. And in the annex, you have 60 egg and 30 risotto. And then they also tell you about the conditions of that. Either you're going to be receiving just one eggplant parmesan or one risotto, or you get one of each. And so question is, what's the total number of guests? So I'll start with statement 1. We're told that in the main dining room, exactly 5 guests were served both eggplant and risotto. So that means that if I take the 5 eggplant out of this 40 count, 35 get only eggplant. And here also, I'll be left with 55 with only risotto. So I have my total numbers, at least in the main dining area. It would be just the sum of these 3 values. Now, in the case of the annex, we're told that only exactly 5 guests were served risotto, only 5 risotto only, which means the remaining 25 will be served risotto plus the eggplant. So it'll get 25 eggplant paired with that, which means 35 will be, that's 60 minus 25, will have only eggplant. And so again, we have a unique value for the total number here. It would be 35 plus 25 plus the 5 for the risotto only. And we can add these two, and we do have a unique value. So 1 is sufficient. 2 is, and again, I think when you're doing this in the exam, you're going to have to draw this out again. And in general, if I claim insufficiency, I always come up with examples. And so they say that the number of eggplants that were served are the same in both locations. So I can pick some numbers here because I have this risotto here. That means I'll have to pick a higher number. So for example, I can say 30 is the number of people who were eggplant only. So then 10 will be eggplant plus risotto. I'm writing it twice so that I can subtract that here. So then 50 will be risotto only. And then here, 30 eggplant only. And then 30 eggplant will need to be paired with all 30 risottos. And then we'll have 0 with risotto only. So in this case, my total number of guests here would be 30 plus 10, 40, plus 50, 90. And then here we have 30 and 30, 60. So now I have 150. Now for absolute certainty, we'll try to come up with another example. I'm going to change that to 35. You can see doing this in the exam under time and pressure and managing your work is what makes this hard. 35, so we have 5 eggplant and with risotto. And then here we'll have 55 risotto. So this total here will be 35 plus 540, and 55 is 95. And then we got to do the same thing here. We have 35 eggplant only. So then we have 25 left, which will be paired with 25 risotto, and then 5 risotto only. So here my total would be 35 plus 25. 60 plus 5, 65. The total number of guests would be 95 plus 65, which would be 160. So we have 2 different values. 2 alone is insufficient. So yeah, I mean, this was quite a bit of work, but sometimes this helps you kind of maybe catch something that you're overlooking, because obviously we could have just said, well, it looks insufficient. But for greater certainty, it always pays to write the examples on paper. So to summarize, the answer is A.